Hey, I'm Ashley Diana. Today I'm going to walk you through what I'm leaving behind in 2021. I did a post on Instagram and I listed out the things. Here it is. And I was just going to walk you through them. What I'm leaving behind. The first thing is distraction. There's distractions all the time, especially with our phones. Actually, I was just reading from Robin Sharma, who's awesome. If you don't follow him online, I would definitely give him a follow. But he said that there's a statistic that says that people check their phone anywhere from 200 to 500 times a day. So, huge distraction your phone and anything digital can be, but there are many other ways that we can be distracted. It may be cleaning your house, which is something that I tend to do. I tend to get distracted by all the fucking clutter around, and I want to clean it up every morning and get that out of my way. But I'm trying to let myself not be distracted by it and being okay with things being a little cluttered and scattered. Anyway, there's lots of different things. It could be your kids, it could be their activities, it could be needless emails, online shopping, it could be family drama, like letting that get in your way. It could be drama with friends, relationships, your partner, whatever it may be. There are about a billion things a day to be distracted by. And I for sure got distracted plenty of times in 2021, but it's something that I really want to keep an eye on in 2022 and being very conscious and aware of how I'm spending my time. And if you're aware first, even if you notice, okay, I'm being distracted, it's okay, as long as you're aware of it and maybe you can correct it next time if you choose to.
What do you think's your worst?
What do you think my worst what is?
Distraction. Or what's the thing that you after the fact realize, oh fuck, I got distracted by that?
Well, I think phone is
What specifically on the phone?
Well, if I open Instagram to post something, if I see something pretty, then I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. And I want to see, where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I want to save it to a folder or either buy it. One or the other. Either get saved like to a manifest folder.
Number 2, online shopping.
Yeah. Or talking. Yeah, that and tidying up things and decorating, because I can just decorate all day long. But I'm also going to incorporate that into my business so that it's not a complete distraction, that it makes sense. Okay, number 2 is perfectionism. Perfectionism can also be, I would say, like a form of distraction too, but it really just slows down your life when you're trying to make everything perfect. And let's say that you have 5 really big goals in 2022, but you're a massive perfectionist. It's gonna be really hard to get those 5 things done, because that first one, you're just gonna try to perfect and it's gonna take forever. Who knows if you'll even get to your second goal. So perfectionism is something that I'm a recovering perfectionist. Like, I definitely have left a lot of it behind, but it's just one of those things, like it's always still in you a little bit and you just wanna keep it in check. Like, for example, me today, if this was me like 5 years ago, I never would have gone on camera without a script or like full glam hair extensions in. I would have been like, never, I'm not getting on camera unless I have my makeup done by someone else. I don't even have makeup on today. I do have some eyelashes and lip gloss. But those are the kind of things where instead of just saying, just film the video, I would have had a whole team here to help me get ready, and this video would have taken 5 hours. And it's not gonna take that long because I have to pick my daughter up from school. Moving on. Third one is procrastination, which is a total form of perfectionism. And there's a quote for that. What is? Brendan
talks about it.
Yeah, there's a really cool, and I shared it. I did a it's been like 2 years ago, but I don't want to call it a speech. That sounds like I'm Abraham Lincoln. I did a presentation. Because you'd get me confused with Abraham Lincoln. But I did a presentation at a women's event, and it was about how perfectionism is holding you back in your business. But one of the biggest things, the biggest culprits, is procrastination. So if you're procrastinating, you're being a perfectionist. So that is something I always like to keep in mind. For me, procrastination now is projects and writing, specifically courses. I can really procrastinate on those because I want to gather all the information and read everything first before I sit down and just start hashing it out and working on it. The next is I'm leaving behind most vegan junk foods in 2021. They're easy and they're tasty, and Alex loves a good Gardein chicken nugget.
Not my fault.
I'm gonna blame it on you. Well, I didn't eat it before I met you. And then I'm like, oh, now these are actually pretty tasty. So anyway, my point is that I am leaving behind, just even though it's vegan, doesn't mean it's healthy. It can actually mean it's a lot worse, truthfully. Sorry, vegans. But I want to leave behind a lot of those kind of snacky things in 2021 because they don't make me feel great, and they make me feel a little sluggish, and they make me a little bit chunky. So it's not what I'm going for in 2022. Next is I'm leaving behind loose boundaries, emotional boundaries, physical boundaries, all those types of things. No is a complete sentence. We love that. Boundaries are beautiful. Those are a couple of my favorite things to say when it comes to boundaries. And also over-explaining yourself. It's simply, sometimes the answer is just no. And that doesn't mean you're angry, that doesn't mean you're upset. It's just like, no, and I'm moving on from this because I have other things to do and I'm not distracting myself or wasting my time. No, and move on. So this is something that I actually noticed and shared with Alex a couple years ago maybe, is that if you have a child or you're around a child, if they don't want to do something, they will just flat out say no. Like, Lily, you want to get time for dinner? No. Anything. So what I noticed, I was like, wow, it's so easy for children to just absolutely say no. And they don't even think twice about it. They won't even look at you. They're just like, no, doing their thing. And I thought that's interesting that explaining yourself is a learned behavior, because when you're young, it's yes or no, and you don't care what anybody else thinks. So it's just, it was interesting for me to see from Lily that children they're totally fine with saying what they want or they don't want. But for some reason along the way as we got older, we feel like we need to make up for things and explain things to people. And I really think it comes from just wanting to be loved. Where it's like you're loved even if you say no. Another thing I'm leaving behind in 2021 that goes really well with boundaries is assumptions. Just letting assumptions go. For example, if someone says no to you and that's all they say, I'm letting go of the assumption that they're mad, they're angry, they don't like me, they don't want to be around me, or any of that. It's just, okay, it's no. Because assuming and holding on to all those feelings is very negative. It really weighs you down, and it completely takes up all of your time in your day. All of a sudden, let's say you wake up, you have a conversation with a friend, maybe the conversation didn't go the way you expected. You invited them to do something, they just said no, but didn't give you an explanation, and you're thinking, oh, they don't like me, oh my goodness, do I even have a friend anymore? And you just go down a rabbit hole for the rest of the day. Your whole day is taken away from you, when simply, it's really none of your business. So that's what I mean, letting go of assumptions gives you back your time and really frees up your mental health, helps you stay in a better positive state. Because like I said, it's just not about you anyway. I will say this about assumptions. Alex and I tend to be very analytical, and we tend to dissect conversations, want to figure things out and why things happen a certain way. It can be good at times, but majority of the time, going down the rabbit hole and making assumptions, like I mentioned, robs you of your time. A lot of times you're not correct, and it's still, it really decreases your mental health. Detaching from what something might mean and just really focusing on what is and what you know 100%, that is going to give you so much freedom and give you so much of your time back. So in 2022, for me, it's all about using my energy wiser, using my time in a better way, and I'm letting go of these things so I can have more of my time back. The next one is I'm releasing the need or the want or the desire to follow every guru. So I've basically chosen 2 people that I love what they're sharing, and those are the people that I want to follow as far as taking in their content, and more in the personal development space, taking their content for this year. Because I noticed last year that and I don't mean unfollowing all these people, because I like to see every so often what other people are posting, but as far as like watching all their videos, purchasing some of their courses and programs and that kind of thing, last year, I just followed so many people that I was distracted. I didn't know. I would read something from someone and then read something from someone else. I would really encourage you to find 1 or 2 people this year that you're like, these are the people that I'm gonna, listen to what they say, implement their teachings, and then maybe next year incorporate something else, because it can get very distracting if you have 4, 5, 6, 10 plus gurus and mentors. I'm using the word gurus, but coaches, mentors that you're following on the daily, and it can also take up a lot of your time. So I'm just following closely 2 people for 2022. Now these are a little more fun. Another thing I'm leaving behind in 2022 is salon manis and pedis, meaning like acrylic nails. These right here, I actually, you can see them sort of. I just pressed these on right before our video. Aren't they cool though? I like them long ones. It has saved me so much time, and this was actually an accident, because I will say this, what I love more than even hair, even being an extensionist, what I love more than hair is nails. Not to do them myself, but to have them on and enjoy them. I feel just like I have naked little nubs when I don't have nails on. Anyway, when we moved to South Carolina, I won't stay on this too long, but it's very important. When I moved to South Carolina, I found a nail tech and she was awful. And we had to shoot a video. Alex is like, oh God.
Hopefully she's watching.
It's okay, she blocked me. We won't go there. But so, that sounds bad.
Good.
I don't know why. No, that's why I'm like, well, now I can say that she actually wasn't good. Actually, she was okay at nails, but her energy, oh God, it was awful going in the place. It was dirty and it was depressing. And I just can't stand it when people play trash TV when you're getting your nails done. And this was like trash. This was like, like the basic court stuff where people are like in court because somebody's dog chewed up their shoe, that kind of thing, and they're yelling at each other. So anyway, that was my experience in nail salon here. We were filming a video and I thought my nails looked so bad. I was gonna be filming something where it was gonna be a little close up on my fingers. So I happened to be in Walgreens and I saw some purple nails and I thought, am I doing this? Am I doing this right now? Am I buying a $7 pack of purple press-on nails? And honey, I did. I pressed them right on and I've never looked back. And it's been 6 or 8 months now. And it's and I change them once a week and I just kind of soak them off and buff them off. And I can do it in my office or at my home, and I can play nice music and be relaxed and stay in a good environment and not get ear raped by the courts on TV at the trashy nail salon. So that's my thing, and it saves a lot of time. It actually saves so much money. And most importantly, it saves my energy. And I can stay high vibe and happy without having to go into the nail salon. Now, not all nail salons are that way. My nail salon in Vegas, I loved her. And if I was in Vegas, I would still go because I do miss those nails. But these are awesome. So we're leaving that behind. Also, leaving behind, I wrote here, going out to restaurants that I dislike just to be nice. It kind of goes along with like the vegan junk food. I just am over eating food to be social, or eating food in general that I don't like just to be nice and agreeable and social. Because at the end of the day, it's like I'm filling my body with something that I don't really enjoy, but I'm like, your body's the most precious thing you have, and I'm eating something that I don't even like at a restaurant that I don't even enjoy being at. Because
potentially with people I don't want to be around.
Potentially, I don't know. Yeah, so that was a big thing for me. I'm not taking my time doing that or filling my body with stuff that I don't want to. I love to go out to places that have great food, great service, great energy, beautiful food. Like, I want the whole experience. I know that there are some like dive restaurants here and there that are fun to go to and walk in. I don't particularly normally like them. Like, it's just not. Is someone literally walking on the roof?
Yes.
They're actually walking on the roof. How? If his foot falls through the ceiling.
I'm gonna die.
Where'd he go? Did he lay down? Did he take a nap? Okay. Anyway, I like a full experience with my restaurants, and I'm not afraid to say it. And I just really value eating high quality, wonderful, beautiful food in a great environment with people that I enjoy being around. So we haven't found a lot of those places here in this South Carolina area yet. It's also a little more challenging for vegetarians. But I thought, well, that's kind of what prompted the not going to restaurants that I don't like, because I'm just like, I'd rather stay home and enjoy something at home. Couple more fun things I'm getting rid of. In 2021, let's see, what did I write here? Christmas shirts with words on them. I'm just over them. I had a lot of Christmas shirts that said like, I don't know what they said. Merry Christmas. No, they said like Silent Night or.
What about the mimosa one?
Well, I actually do like that one, but I've worn it so much it's raggedy. Here's another thing I don't do. I actually, when clothes start to look a little bit tattered, now this is tattered on purpose. As I say this, I'm wearing a shirt that's literally looks like it's gotten eaten by a dog. So other than this shirt, you know when shirts get the little balls on them, like a t-shirt, they get little, I get rid of them. I just don't want, other than tattered on purpose, which you can most of the times tell the difference, I don't like clothes that are too worn because I get rid of them because I want things to be nice when I'm going to wear them. So yes, what was the shirt? Oh, the mimosa. It's cute, but I've worn it. I actually put it in the trash yesterday. So it's in a dumpster. I meant what I said. But I'm getting rid of Christmas shirts with words on them. They're either on Poshmark or they're in the fucking trash. Okay. Woo. Okay, so next is replaying the past. So this is kind of goes along with this goes along with assumptions. You assume something, you've made up a story, and you just keep replaying it over and over again in your head. You maybe replay the conversation over and over, and it's just driving you mad. Leave it in the past. Stop replaying things. And also stop replaying things from like 5 or 10 years ago, from whatever it may be, something a boss said to you, something a family member said to you. Leave it in the past. It is like 30 seconds ago is still the past. It's so long ago. It's done and you're never getting it back. It's never gonna happen again. Only like this second that you're breathing in is the only thing that's even here. The future's not even here. So replaying the past just takes away from the present moment, and that's all that you have. So it's like, do you really want to take away every real moment that you ever have, which is right now? No. So leave it in the past. Getting rid of long-standing traditions that are more work than fun. Quick little story. My family has a long-standing tradition of standing in the kitchen all day on, say, Thanksgiving or Christmas and cooking the entire day, which I know that cooking on the holidays can be an enjoyable thing to do with family and a connection piece. But I found myself this Thanksgiving thinking, I am just like working my ass off in the kitchen and it's taking all day long while Alex, Lily, the rest of my family were able to actually be together and talk and play games and watch Christmas movies and those types of things. Actually enjoy some snacks and a couple cocktails, and I'm here like, just wiping sweat off my face, like getting everything ready. And then we ate and it was 15 minutes and it was over, and then it's another hour of cleaning. My point is that it just wasn't that enjoyable. And I caught myself in the moment, even though I was with my mom cooking, it wasn't really that much of a true connection moment with her because we were just scurrying around the kitchen. Well, the first thing is that I noticed I was like, this is a generational tradition that I am now noticing that it's more work than pleasurable. And we're actually missing out on connection, which is what the holidays are about anyway. And it's flying by in the kitchen and all of a sudden it's 5 p.m. and the day's over. I decided moving forward, and I told my mom this, that I really enjoyed cooking together, but I am now cooking one thing, and I may change it every year, just something easy, simple, fresh, and enjoyable to make, and that's it. That way it's simple. We can actually spend the day being together. I'm gonna buy some things pre-made, and I'm just gonna make it easy. And we did that on Christmas. Now, Thanksgiving was hectic, and then on Christmas, it was such a great time. We kept it simple. We didn't make recipes that took 4 or 5+ hours. I purchased a couple things that were already pre-made and heated them up, and it actually was one of the best Christmas days that I've ever had, because I actually got to relax and I actually felt revitalized instead of feeling completely stressed and feeling like I needed a holiday after my holiday because I was so worn out. My proposal to you would just be, if you have any traditions throughout 2022 coming up, look at them and say, is this really what I want to be doing? Is this going to bring me joy? Is this going to bring happiness and connection into my life, my family's life, whoever you're around? Or am I just doing this because we always have?
Generational traditions.
Yes.
Like you're using the word traditions also has a positive connotation.
Yeah. There may be things that you're like, I totally still want to do that because it's awesome.
But tradition, it's really more of a habit. Like
it's a habitual tradition.
When you know and your body gets tense around the holidays, it's because there's a habit. Every single year this happens. Mm-hmm. Every single year it's stressing about presents. Every single year it's stressing about money. Every single year, the kitchen is going to be hectic.
Sure.
And paying attention to those, looking for those generational habits especially, because I think you and I are good at picking up on them. And we say, this ends here.
Sure.
This does not.
It'll change your whole life and the rest of your family's life. Yeah. Generations after you, if you can stop whatever it is that you want. Excuses. Letting go of excuses. Again, all these have like a similar theme, because excuses, that can be a form of procrastination, perfectionism, where you just kind of keep putting things off, but you just have a really great excuse to why. I would ask you to start to look back on things that you've maybe wanted in your life that maybe you don't have yet, some goals, and think, have I kept putting this off? Do I keep having an excuse to why I can't do it? And maybe write those down. What are the excuses? I mean, I have things where I'm like, well, because of this and because of this, and maybe once in a while there's something that, okay, well maybe that is one thing that you need to move through in order to get to the other side. But typically we tend to create and come up with a lot of excuses where really we can get more resourceful and creative and innovative, and we can make things happen anyway. I've definitely gotten better at letting go of excuses, but I still, because it's natural for us to come up with excuses. It's like our body wanting to protect us from things. But I put it on my list because I was like, you know what? I still want to keep that in check. It's something that I always want to be like, am I making excuses or is this real? Last but not least, I'm getting rid of purple. No, I'm not. Never. And as Lily says, never again. I'm definitely not getting rid of purple. I put purple as the last one just to see if people were still reading it. And there actually were people that read it. Some people thought I was serious. I told Alex, I'm like, can you imagine if I woke up one day and I said, hey babe, I'm just changing things up a little bit and I'm done with purple completely. Everything, I mean, it would be like the branding, all my clothes basically would have to go, all my accessories in the house. I'd have to change the color of my bedroom, my purple, everything. It would be a catastrophe. So Alex is glad that that was a joke. And it will always be a joke because purple's my color. I need to do a video on purple because that was also sort of an accident too. Purple chose me. I'm not going to talk about it today. That's it. That's what I'm leaving behind. I'd love to know what you are leaving behind in 2021. If you'd like to share, please comment below, and I will see you in the next video.